The president sought foreign assistance in elections. Those words from House Judiciary Chair Jerry Nadler on NBC's Meet the Press may come back to haunt the Democrats in 2020. Representative Nadler is using that accusation as the basis for impeachment proceedings based on hearsay from a phone call that President Trump had with his counterpart from the Ukraine, who has once again reiterated that there was no quid pro quo. But the release of today's 400-page Inspector General's report of the FBI's investigation into then presidential candidate Trump, well, this may give Trump the ammo that he needs to wage quite the war on corruption during a Senate trial. We'll explore this in this episode of Analysis Behind the News, where we provide the perspective that you can use to help save American liberty and independence. While big media conglomerates are already sending out a barrage of articles downplaying the significance of the findings, we can pretty much expect quite the opposite. In 2016, the FBI had been under the helm of the Obama administration for nearly 8 years. It received permission from the Justice Department to spy on a former Trump campaign manager because they thought he was an unregistered agent of a foreign power, Russia. Yet, at the same time, Democrats, presumably under Hillary Clinton's direction, had paid for what is being called opposition research from a former British spy. This opposition research, aka the Christopher Steele dossier, was used as the basis for a secret surveillance court to grant the spying on the former campaign manager. Now, if you've looked at this dossier, then you know that it does not even pass the smell test, let alone it should have never even been considered as a basis for a spy warrant. But again, this was underneath the Obama administration, and remember, 2016 was the election for Democrats to win. Even the late Senator John McCain dutifully played a role in making sure that the dossier was given legitimate credibility by passing it on to the FBI. It later played a large role in the Mueller report. Yet, hardly anyone is recognizing that it is a standard communist tactic to accuse one's enemies of what you yourself are actually doing. So the fact that Democrats linked to the Hillary Clinton campaign sought foreign assistance in elections may come back to bite them during the impeachment trial in the Senate, assuming, of course, that the House will pass articles of impeachment. And this doesn't even take into consideration all the foreign assistance that came in through the Clinton Foundation, including the Russian uranium deal underneath Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, all the pay-for-play instances, and the quid pro quo from China in relation to President Bill Clinton accepting illegal political donations in exchange for making policy decisions that directly undermined American national security to China's benefit. While the Republican House was successful in impeaching Bill Clinton, the Senate trial did not have enough support for conviction. Will we see a similar scenario with the Democratic House and Republican Senate? The Senate trial will be President Trump's opportunity to call his own witnesses and cross-examine the opposition. Now, recall that Trump has tweeted he has plenty of dirt that he can release about the other side. Perhaps he'll use this as an opportunity to release that information. The fact of the matter is that President Trump appears as a loose cannon to the deep state. For the most part, he has not played their globalist game of building big government like many of his predecessors have. Although his USMCA would be a foundation to do just that, grow international government by integrating North America into a North American Union, much like the European Union. As we've mentioned in previous episodes, the deep state does not sit idly by and let challenges to its agenda go. One could argue that the current impeachment is not so much an impeachment of an individual, but of the very concept of limited government. This country's experiment of liberty and freedom has been attacked since day one. A well-organized movement of globalist elites will stop at nothing to ensure a new world order under world government. Find out more about this movement in our updated volume by JBS CEO Arthur Thompson called In the Shadows of the Deep State. and Kindle editions are also available. Links are in the video description, and please, we ask that you like and share this video with others. And until next time, we'll see you then.